Hell yeah, welcome to Morning Skate. Your host, Ked, joined by your co-host, Brownie. This is episode 355. We're gearing up for Foreign Nations. Everybody's kind of going on a break right now. We're switching up the podcast a little bit to streamline it a little bit more. But yeah, fired up to get going. I think moving forward, you're going to recognize a lot of our similar segments. It's just going to be more to the point and not hours of long podcast. We're just going to talk hockey in and out without a doubt. Host Ked, co-host Brownie. Brownie, what's going on?
You didn't tell me we were going live, but
oh yeah, we are live.
I was like, what? You go like, watch this. And then all of a sudden you came back and we were live.
Yeah,
I thought you were showing me a graphic or something.
Magician.
Yeah.
How you doing, bud?
I'm good. Yeah. I think once we get through the first couple, it's a little like I had some trouble trying to figure out the sheet rundown and kind of wrap my hands around it. We have a multiple amount of sheets out there, and I think going forward, I think the best way for us to do this is just to put and I'm glad we're discussing this in front of everybody, but it's just to put stories on there, and then we can just X them off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and that way it's all in one instead of trying to gather things from a bunch of different places.
That's fair.
No, I think it'll be good.
I think it's gonna be awesome. So let's just kind of hop into it. We're gonna start off with what we messed up with, just normal. So Mea Culpas.
Hi, this is Mea Culpa, and I'm here to introduce the Morning Skates Mea Culpas with Kat and Brownie.
Because no matter what we do, the mistakes will remain.
Yes, the mistakes will stay there.
So this wasn't really a mistake. We just didn't give her due credit. Jocelyn Rock, she's 36 years old, two-time NCAA champ, two-time All-American with Minnesota Duluth, three-time Olympic medal winner, 2 gold, 1 silver, not a big deal, 3 gold medal at the U22s, 9-time Four Nation medalist, 4 golds, 5 silvers, 10 times IIHF World Cup medalist, 4 gold, 5 silver, 1 bronze. And at the 2008 Olympics, you might remember this, she received heat for immediately removing the silver medal after the ceremony and said that her emotions got the best of her in the moment. Remember, they gave her the silver and she's like, I'm not here for this. And she took it right off. She still holds the all-time record for scoring for a defenseman at Minnesota Duluth with 105 points and 127 games played. How do you like that at the NHL level for a defenseman? How sick would that be, that pace?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just wanted to give her her due credit that she deserved. So
cool.
That was our only mistake, and it was so long ago, probably no one remembers anyways. But
fair enough. All right, well, let's start talking about new stuff that we can make mistakes on. So let's go
some kind of thing that goes big story.
Yeah, we could do that. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
I don't hate that idea, but
like a monster truck kind of thing.
Yeah. Or we could even do like Billy Mays Hayes segments where it's like Billy Mays here with an update in the NHL. I don't know, something along those lines. But NHL in the news. Let's play the music. All right, NHL in the news. So we're gonna, like I mentioned earlier, we're gonna start streamlining stuff a little bit. So we're not gonna talk about nearly as many stories, but we're gonna kind of, put our thoughts onto what big is going on in the NHL. So first up on the docket, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't bring up the NHL Eastern Conference in terms of the standings right now, the wild card race, how tough it is. Does that look good?
Everything looks good except for you look like you're in your bathroom. But other than that, it looks good.
Nope. Got a hoodie on, Brownie. All right. Eastern Conference wild card. So teams with 65 points or less right now. There's a lot going on right now, man. I got to pull it up on here because that is old. So currently, we got the Senators and the Red Wings in there with 62 points, 61 points respectively. And then teams that are trailing, you have the Blue Jackets, the Bruins, the Rangers, Islanders, Canadians, Penguins, Flyers, and Sabres. Now, why I'm bringing this up is the Flyers, Penguins, Canadians, they all have 55 points. They're only 6 points out. Some of them have a game in hand. I feel like the wild card is a lot tighter than it normally is. I feel like normally there's like 1 or 2 teams in here. You have pretty much every team vying for a spot here. So
even Buffalo, you could make the argument with 2 games in hand, So if I'm seeing this right, Buffalo has 2 games in hand on Columbus, and they're only they're 11 points back, but that's not insurmountable.
Yeah, like those things can kind of happen. The Rangers have 55 games played. The Boston Bruins 57. So you guys are up on us by 2 points, but we have 2 games in hand. So,
right. Very fluid.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting. You're just looking. I mean, the Columbus right now, they've lost 4 in a row. You can't really be having that when you're in the middle of this playoff push. Boston's lost twice. The Rangers with a victory recently. There's just a lot going on. And then, I mean, you have your Panthers, 71 points, your Capitals, 80, Carolina, Toronto. Like, it seems like those first 3 spots in the Atlantic and the Metropolitan are all pretty much there. So moving on from there, you have teams like Ottawa, Detroit, again, Columbus, Boston, both New York, Montreal, Pittsburgh, Philly, and Buffalo. So, Brownie, only 2 of these teams are going to end up making the playoffs. Having looked at this, where's your mind at? What are teams you think that you could see?
We're going to talk about the Bruins going forward, but I honestly, they are playing so poorly, and I don't know. I saw I got sucked in on a long, I don't know if it was Twitter or Blue Sky, wherever the hell I saw it. It was a long thread about their pipeline. Fuck me, man. It's not looking good. I mean, this Fabian Lysell top pick, I don't know if he's ever going to make it. They took Johnny Beecher in the first round, who's a great third, fourth line guy, but why are you taking third, fourth line guys in the first round? Trent Frederick, as good as he's been playing, the only thing you hear about Trent Frederick is that he's trade bait.
Yep.
Right. And now I heard Marchand going to Edmonton was one that was coming around last week. And I'm sure he's got a no movement clause. I didn't really look too far into it, but it's not looking good. And like I said, we could talk about more about the Bruins when we get to that, but it's I wouldn't be surprised if they're sellers, but I feel like there might be another tea party if there is. Like the fans will be down there throwing all their Bergeron sweaters into the harbor. I will say, though, I think this speaks to that the issue isn't at the coaching level. The issue's above it, in my opinion. I think it's Sweeney and Neely. And I know everybody, Cam Neely. Great. Cam was a great player, tough as nails. Loved watching him play. I don't know if he's the right guy. I don't know if Sweeney's the right guy. I mean, the way that the pipeline is not doing well, the way that these young guys are not getting integrated, and when they are, they're not living up to their draft potential. I don't know. I just I'm glad there's other hockey teams in town.
Yeah, you guys are 5-0 in your last 10. The Rangers are 5-4-1. A couple teams that have been hot. The Detroit Red Wings are 7-2-1. The Islanders are 7-3-0, and then you have your not teams where what was it? Montreal's 2-7-1. The Flyers are 3-6-1. So you have your teams that are hot and teams are not. The Blue Jackets 4-5-1. They've lost 4 in a row though, which again is tough because right now they got 60 points.
Tight.
They're pretty much tied with the other teams. If you look at that, even if you split those 4, you're pretty sound into the wild card. So
the other thing too, like we were talking, is if it's amazing what happened with the Rangers. And I know we're going to get into it more, but you bring in a guy like Miller and it just galvanizes the squad, right? Yeah. Everybody rallies around him. You get that right piece. And clearly that's the only place he wanted to go to, with every team in the NHL rumored to be attached to him for a long time. But for the Bruins, the Blue Jackets, whoever else is right there, even the Islanders, even the Red Wings, to separate some space, one of these moves, a guy like that, I mean, I know they're not, hanging around. They're not easy to acquire, but something like that can galvanize the team, and that can make a big push, makes a big difference.
No, it definitely can.
One other thing too, because when we get to the Four Nations, we're going to talk about this, but I was looking at the goalies. So there's a whole long-standing argument, rest versus rust, right? Teams with 65 points or less, Ottawa and Detroit, Linus Ullmark, 24 games played, Alex Lyon, 21 games played. Now you look at the other teams. Vasilevsky's already played 41, Swayman 39, Sorokin 38, Elvis 36, your boy Igor 38. That may start to play a factor in the stretch run, and that's just something to keep an eye on. Because if Ullmark and Lyon are rested, I don't see the standings. It's going to be tough to catch them. You know what I mean?
It's really good.
Something to keep in mind.
That's good stat. Good stat, Brownie. I like that.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. So the second major story this week, Minnesota's Ryan Hartman.
Each story.
What's up, buddy?
Do you have a picture for each story?
I could start maybe doing that, where we could just kind of do that.
Can you put a video in there too?
We got to figure it out. Maybe. Perhaps.
That'd be cool if you could. While we're talking about it, if you could do that, or yeah. This is again the Morning Skate difference. We're going over this stuff live.
Yeah, very, very live. Minnesota's Ryan Hartman has been suspended 10 games for roughing Ottawa's Tim Stützle. Forfeit $487,805 in salary as part of his 5th career suspension, 4th since 2023. After appeal, if he gets any games back, it would work out to $48,000 coming back per game.
It's crazy when you break it down like that, right? That's a lot of people's salary for a year.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Ray Ferraro says that he plays hockey without honor.
Shut up, Ray Ferraro.
I mean, it's definitely a scumbag play. Like, he absolutely meant to do that. He just kind of got caught. 10 games for me seems like a lot. My question is, didn't look all that different from what Tom Wilson did to Buchnevich a couple years ago when Panarin got his head slammed into the ice. It didn't really all look that different. Both scumbag dudes doing scumbag things, but nothing happens to big old Willie. Nope. The NHLPA has filed an appeal on behalf of Ryan Hartman regarding the NHL's disciplinary decision to suspend him for 10 games. It's one of those things, and like it's on Stützle too. And to me, that guy just seems like nobody likes him. Like, no. I feel like he dives a lot. Like, he's the guy on the team that you're playing against where you're like, I fucking hate that kid. And so I don't know.
Well, that's why I put on there. I would love to have watched that game to know what Stützle had done up to that point.
Yeah,
that made Hartman snap. I just looked. There's no updated news about his appeal. But if the appeal is upheld, I mean, if the suspension is upheld, he's going to miss a month because of the 4 nations and everything. It's a month of games. It's a long time. It's too the other thing with Hartman. Don't they have? They have someone. Hold on, who they could just plug and play for him, and then it begs the question, like, why do they? Oh, Vinny. How do you say his name?
Lettieri?
No. Hin Hinostra. Is that how you say his name?
Oh, Vinny Hinostroza.
Hinostroza. He's basically statistically and stylistically, he's very close to Hartman. And I've read a few articles where they were like, if we have him, why do we need Hartman? Which
I love Hartman. I'd love Hartman on my team.
Oh, I'd love him. I think, listen, he went over the line. He snapped. I get it. What is it? Biz always says is wires crossed, right? In the moment. Yeah. But whatever. Listen, you can tell me the next time they play, Stützle's not going to be looking around. So
10 games is a lot. It's going to be interesting if you really change it. 10 games is like, I need to change my game. Like that kind of thing. So hopefully he doesn't, look like he's just a whip.
And that game too, do you see that the shots? Like Minnesota, I mean, they weren't doing anything anyways. So you can make the argument he was trying to kind of fire them up. They were outshot 52-16 that game.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see here. So I'm not gonna be able to do this fast.
It's good.
Go ahead, keep going.
All right. Well, now it's 4 Nations time. And there's a lot of things that have come up the last couple of days. Crosby was on the ice for Canada today. Quinn Hughes isn't playing. They named the captain, so Canada's captain, obviously Sidney Crosby, with I put McKinnon, but it's definitely McDavid and McCarr wearing the A's. USA's Matthews with Kachuk and McAvoy. Sweden, Hedman with Nylander, Ekholm, and Carlson. Finland with Barkov, Granlund, Aho, and Rantanen. Pretty cool that Charlie McAvoy got an A. I'm a little jealous about it, but I think it's also pretty fucking sweet.
We have wildly different opinions on this tournament.
Yeah, you are just blinded because of your hate for Auston Matthews, and if you really were to take
and I got a blog coming out later today. I have it saved. I wanted to be able to clip the put the podcast in there before I put it out, but it's all ready to go.
I hope.
And yes, I do hate Matthews.
Fucking 80 goals, and you just had in your blog. It's just you sitting looking at a mirror, being like, "I'm sorry, so sorry." I hope he goes off, man, because I get why I don't like him because he's a pussy. But at the end of the day, he's American, and he's the face of America.
I don't. This whole tournament to me, I don't care.
Which is that's so dumb that you don't care about.
It's not, but it's not best on best. Where's Russia? Where's Czechia? Where's Germany?
This is as close to best on best as we've gotten in the last.
The best on best will be in the Olympics.
Nah, man, I'm fired up for it. And the fact that Crosby is going out and practicing, it looks like he's going to play. Like, it shows the difference between Crosby needing to play for Canada and Quinn Hughes calling it quits for Team USA. Derek Sanderson was his replacement. So Canada, Pietrangelo.
Derek Sanderson?
Jake Sanderson. Sorry, Jake Sanderson.
I was like, I thought when you said Derek Sanderson, I'm like, what did Derek Sanderson say?
So Pietrangelo withdrew for Canada due to an ailment.
Hey, listen, I respect that for Pietrangelo.
I think that's everybody who withdrew is a fucking pussy for me. Finland, Haskin and Hakanpää out both with injuries. Joki Harju and Rangers stud defenseman Vakanainen in for Finland. Sweden, Carlson and Markstrom are out. Raquel and Sam Erson are in. USA, I just mentioned that Quinn Hughes is out. Yep. And Sanderson is in. So there is something that I wanted to look at, and it has to do with Canada's goaltending.
So I saw your note in there. So what I did is, if you look down below, I went in and found better goalies for each roster.
Okay.
So you'll see them there in italicized. I put everybody's numbers in.
So Canada, they took Binnington, Aiden Hill, and Sam Montembeault. Binnington, 283 goals against, 899 save. Hill, 269 goals against, 900 save. Montembeault, yeah. But if you look at a couple other goalies, Logan Thompson for Washington, he's 24-2-4 with a 2.18, 923. Darcy Kemper, 29 games. He has a 2.19 goals against and a 919 save percentage. Like you're looking at these guys, and Steve Valiquette says that Logan Thompson wasn't selected by Team Canada because of personalities at the top. I don't think Cassidy or DeBoer were going to have it. That was never going to happen. Says that they didn't have a great experience with him in Vegas. So that's why he doesn't make the team. But the dude's 24 fucking 2-4. It's insane. Yeah. I hope Canada loses just because of their goaltending and just on that. And you mentioned
the funny part of that. Wait, the funny part of that is that Cassidy's like, our personalities don't mesh. You're gonna fucking roll with Binnington? Good luck, Butchie.
Yeah. It's interesting. I like Binnington, but the fact that they didn't take Logan Thompson, who's only lost twice this year, is fucking insane. So USA, they have the Hellebuck, Ottinger, Swayman. If you look at their stats, they're all pretty good. Hellebuck 2.04, 925.
Swayman shouldn't be there based on his play right now.
Yeah, Swayman with a 2.95, 898 goals against. If you look at Joey Decord, he's 18-13-3, 2.49 and a 916. You also have Spencer Knight there, but the only person I'd probably replace for the United States would be Swayman with Joey Decord. Sweden.
But I will say this before you move on. Remember, we've talked with Fink over the past about Ottinger. When Ottinger gets too many games played, he literally falls off a cliff. So if you're a Dallas fan, do you want Ottinger playing in this?
I would, just because I love the United States of America.
I should have asked Fink ahead of time.
I don't know. Sweden, they're looking pretty good, as is Finland with their goalies. But this is coming up, man. First game's on Wednesday, Canada, Sweden at 8:00 on Max, True TV, TNT. The United States plays Finland the following day on Thursday at 8:00. And then the championship game, it would be the following Thursday, February 20th. That'll be on ESPN, ESPN Plus, so on and so forth. I'm fired up for it. I think it's going to be fucking sick. So, one other little thing, because, maybe we could do a trivia question each week, but right now we have an active player with 1,311 points. He played for 3 teams and he has won 3 cups. Now,
do you know who this is? Because I put it in there.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't remember putting this in there, so I was like, I don't know what the answer is. So, okay, played for 3 teams.
We should probably each try to put one in, because that way we'll each of us know the answer.
No, I don't got this one. Who is it?
Patty Kane.
Okay, that would make sense. And then a retired player with 1,391 points, played for 5 teams and won 2 cups. I mean, that could be
it's hard without a context. Brett Hull.
Okay, Brett Hull. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Before moving on
to the thing.
Oh yeah, good call. Stop screen. Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
We're good.
Yeah, we're there.
Nailed it. All right. Before moving on to the Rangers, I just got a quick word from Key Sparkling Water. Hey, Morning Ski listeners, if you're looking for a refreshing, no-nonsense drink to power through your day, look no further than Key Sparkling Water. Made with real fruit, crafted carbonation, absolutely no added sugar. It's the perfect way to hydrate without the gimmicks. With key flavors like blood orange, cherry, pineapple, passion fruit, blackberry, lemon, and key lime, there's a sparkling water for everyone. Plus, it's shenanigan free, just pure, refreshing goodness. And guess what? You can score 25% off your order when you use the promo code TMS25 at keysparklingwater.com. Remember, phone, wallet, key. Don't leave home without it. So
I like that you work shenanigan in there.
Yeah, I mean I think that was more or less ChatGPT, but sounded good. Thank you. Yep. Rangers talk. So the Rangers, they went out and they got their guy. They got JT Miller, Eric Brandstrom, and Jackson Doherty. From Vancouver, they go Philip Hedl, Victor Mancini, and a 2025 first-round pick, top 13 protected. Not to be dramatic, but he changes the entire complexion of the New York Rangers roster. I was talking to a lot of my Rangers friends, and I'm like, listen, man, whenever we get a superstar, they're normally pretty good. Like, you get Panarin, you get Gaborik, you get Nash. Like, you get these guys that, they're okay. But, like, what the one thing that they all have in common is they're not physical. Like, they're not alphas. They don't put their ball sack on the table. Like, they just don't do that. For the first time, and I quite literally can't tell you, the Rangers got, like, a superstar who isn't, like, a giant pussy. And it's awesome. Like, it is so sick. And, like, you can tell even just right before faceoffs, him barking orders at different people. Like, he made a play the other night where he went in, he was the first guy on the forecheck, made sure he took the body, the defenseman turned the puck over, and they scored. Now,
I saw that play. Who was that against?
Sorry,
I put you on the spot there. But yeah, I saw that play, and I remember I was like, "Oh, he's not getting any credit," but he got that whole thing.
Made the whole play happen. Yeah, he doesn't show up on the box score, and he's just, you look at it, they're playing a little bit more physical, and like, dude, he is so good. Like, when he was with the Rangers, he was
miserable was he in Vancouver that he is like. You ever see the videos where like a horse gets let out into a pasture for the first time and it's life and it goes running around? That's all I can think he must be like.
He's just so good, and he's physical and he's fast, and like, dude, he plays hockey the right way. Like, I watch it's kind of messed up, but like, whenever he's on the ice, I just have an ISO cam. Like, I'm literally just watching him the whole time, and like where he goes.
There's a way to get that,
And, well, dude, like, it's crazy because the moment a second forward comes in, he's immediately the first forward out to make sure you have somebody high in the zone. Like, nobody else on our team does that, dude. So it's awesome. And I think what's also really good for this is it's kind of like lit a fire under Mika's advantage at a little bit. They had Mika, Miller, and Panarin on a line, and like, dude, that was fun as fuck to watch. Like, I'm really, really excited, and we have him for a while. It's not like this is only going to be this year, and then, oh no more JT. Like, JT Miller's a fucking New York Ranger, and if you don't like that, you have a giant dump in your pants, because this guy is fucking sweet.
That should be the T-shirt. JT Miller's a New York Ranger on the back. If you don't like it, you have a dump in your pants.
He is easily going to be my next jersey. He's American. He's physical. He shoots the fucking puck. He passes the puck hard. Like, the one thing that he does is he does everything that he does with a purpose. And that's like the coolest fucking thing. There were times like earlier last week where Lafreniere like went to get the puck to the red line to get it in. And he's just like, whatever, and turn the puck over. It's like, dude, everything should have a purpose. Like, every fucking stride you take needs to have a purpose. JT Miller plays that way. So I wanted to bring that up. And then just a couple more.
Shit, I didn't realize you got him for 3 more years after this.
That's what I'm saying, man. JT Miller's a New York fucking Ranger, man. And then just a couple
He's
other.
only 31. I thought he was older too.
No, he's fucking great. Jonathan Quick got win number 400 against his ex-team, the Vegas Golden Knights. Good to see that for him. You could tell
how much. It always works out that way, right? You knew it was either going to be against the Knights or the Kings.
Well, he was the first U.S. goalie to 400 wins. 2 other active goalies. Who are they, Brownie?
Is that your question?
Yeah.
First U.S. goal. Wait, 2 other U.S. born? There's none.
No.
He's the just active.
Yeah.
Fleury's 1.
Yep. The other one, I was kind of like, no way.
Fleury would be 1, and then. Is it Hellebuck?
It is Sergei Bobrovsky.
Oh, Bobrovsky! I did know that. Fuck.
And Adam Edstrom's out for 2 to 3 months with a lower body injury. This is going to have a profound impact on the fourth line. Again, guys, if you're a Rangers fan, listen up. I'm talking to you. I'm being man to man with you right now. This sucks. This is not good. Adam Enstrom has been the heartbeat of that fourth line. He's 6'7". He's like 220. He's fast as shit. Long reach, smart hockey player. Sucks that he went down. Him and Rempe were, I mean, you can tell that they're like boys, so it's kind of funny. But
what was the guys from the Mighty Ducks, the Bash Brothers, right?
Portman and Reed, pretty much. But it's really, really unfortunate. I'm hoping maybe at 2 to 3 months. I mean, even if he comes back, we're gonna be clawing to get into the playoffs. But this is a gigantic loss, and I don't think it's talked about enough. Like, he's been the guy that's gotten that line going. And quick shout out to Rempe. He's actually been playing pretty well. He's been staying out of the box. Kelly Sutherland called some phantom fucking bullshit on him the other night, but like he's doing his job. He's actually putting pucks on net. The one thing that I really enjoy about the fourth line, and it kind of makes sense because all of our other lines, it's like Panarin, Lafreniere, like just a bunch of fucking perimeter players. You know what I mean? This fourth line, they get the puck.
I would say Lafreniere's working his way towards the net. He's getting better.
He's had a terrible fucking year, dude. He has regressed majorly, but the one thing I can say about Rempe is if they're within the circles, like if you go circle to circle, if they're inside the circles, they're fucking putting everything on net. And I love that shit. Like, I wish we had more of that. And then my only other thing, buy or sell, I'm still selling. If I'm the Rangers, I'm still trying to figure out a way to move on from that contracts of 93, 20, 55, and 79. I would try to get rid of Riley Smith. I would literally try to get rid of...
Is 79 Keandre Miller?
Keandre Miller. So I'd try to get rid of Kreider's advantage, add Miller, Lindgren.
Oh, I had all the others.
I
would take Lindgren. I just wish that guy would stay healthy because, God, man, that's the guy you want.
There's pieces there that I think a lot of teams trying to get in the playoffs would want on their team. So, but like, and I think it's very clear the Rangers will not win a cup with these guys. And if you're not going to win a cup, what the fuck is the point? You have some good fucking options. You have JT Miller's going to be on your team. Vincent Trocheck's going to be on your team. Gabe Perreault's going to be coming up. You have a couple halfway decent defensive prospects. You have pieces. You need to, refill your prospect line or go out and find a younger type of, I mean, Matt Boldy's don't grow on trees, but like a younger player where it's like maybe somebody from Utah. I don't know. You're not going to win with this group. And if you're not going to win, what the fuck is the point?
All right. So go ahead. Finish your thoughts.
You still have Adam Fox who won a Norris. You still have Igor Shesterkin who won a Vezina. You still have good pieces there. I'm not saying full rebuild. I'm saying get rid of this crusty pussy ass core that you've had for how long. Start, seeing what you can do with these guys, even maybe in the offseason, go out and pick up another guy. The Rangers have only had one top 2 defenseman forever. Like, could you imagine if they had another type of defenseman like an Adam Fox, like a Charlie McAvoy, something along those lines to play with Adam Fox? Like, they need to make some moves right now with your current makeup. Get as far away from it as you possibly can. That's my opinion. But that's what I have. The only thing that I would do is if they start rattling off some wins and I'm like, holy fuck, I'm a believer again.
Yeah.
I'm doing whatever I can to get Ryan O'Reilly out of Nashville and make it my third line center. That would be fucking sick. That would be, I don't know what you'd have to give to get him, but having JT Miller, Mika Zibanejad, Panarin on your first line, Trocheck is your second line center, Ryan O'Reilly is your third line center with Will Cooley on one side and fucking anybody else on the other. Like,
so Zibanejad's gone to the wing for Miller.
What'd you say?
Zibanejad has gone to the wing for Miller.
They kind of switch back and forth. There's like a lot
depending on the side of the face-off.
Yeah.
All right. So the 4 guys you mentioned: Zibanejad, Kreider, Lindgren, and Keandre Miller.
Yeah.
Put them in order of who you want out.
Chris Kreider's gone. That's my
number one.
Number one, easy. He is nothing more than a special teams player.
Okay.
And I think you could convince some people, especially some playoff people.
I'll tell you right
now, penalty
off
kill.
the top of my head, I see Kreider, Toronto or Tampa.
That's fine. I don't give a fuck.
No, but he's that guy. You know what I mean?
Zibanejad would be number 2 just because if you could actually get rid of that contract, that would open up a lot.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, Lindgren's definitely going. And Keandre Miller, like, you have pieces there where people are going to overpay for those pieces. So, like, fucking make it happen.
I was just curious.
That's what I have for the Rangers. What do you got for the Bruins?
Oh, I think they're going to be sellers at the deadline because if they do everything they can to try to make it that last wild card and mortgage the future even further, then that's malpractice, in my opinion. And if you're a season ticket holder, you should be able to file a class action lawsuit against the team because then you're admitted. Just I would have more respect if they just came out and said, "Hey, listen, we make a shitload of money off the playoffs. We want to get to the wild card, so that's our goal." I'd be pissed, but I've had more respect for them than to be like, "Oh, we got a chance in this and that." And I will say this.
Keep talking. I'm sorry, my TV just started like buzzing.
What? Oh, I will say this. Jeremy Swayman, I think, has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that NHL players need training camp because
especially goalies, dude.
Yeah, especially goalies, because you're not going to get the level of competition at like what's he where was he up at Maine playing with like the Providence Bruins? He's not going to get the shot level that he needs to.
Yeah.
And I think that's proven it. The third and fourth lines, which carried the Bruins, have been non-existent the last few games, which is really tough. And I will say, you talk about, like you were talking about Fox, and you're talking about all these different players on defense. The Bruins just lost to the Golden Knights the other day, and I watched that game all the way through. They were up 3-1 and ended up losing 4-3. Not good. But I will say, you want to look on how to build a defensive core. You find yourself a Pietrangelo and a Shea Theodore, and holy fuck, that Shea Theodore somehow is still underrated. He might be my favorite defenseman in the entire NHL.
Yeah, he's good.
So good.
I just picked him up on my Hut team, dude.
What?
Picked him up. So, like video games, NHL, they have this thing called Hut, where you open like trading cards and you kind of create your own team based off the cards that you have. I just got a Shea Theodore.
Nice. But yeah, so watching them, it was like, Jesus Christ, because you watch him play, or even Noah Hannafin, who the Bruins had a hard on for 10 years after Noah Hannafin. You watch Hannafin play, and they're all the same, tall, lanky, with long reach. They have big circumferences. And then, the Bruins got a guy like that, right? They got Zadorov. This fucking guy. I know at the time you were like, "Oh, this is a good trade. You're going to like Zadorov." I think Lindholm was the mistake. I got to tell you, bud. Why? If you watch the Bruins games,
Lindholm has been a mistake, dude.
Lindholm's a mistake because of where he's playing. He's not a number one. And what they're doing is they're putting him as a number one center. And Charlie Coyle is like on the second line wing, and Zaka's playing first line minutes at the pivot. Also, they need, and I know this isn't going to happen, but if Bergeron was still here, and I'm not saying, all right, so if he was still here, Bergeron would be the 1, Lindholm would be the 2, Charlie Coyle would be the 3, and everything like you talked about Ryan O'Reilly being your third line center.
Yeah,
that's what Charlie Coyle is meant to be. Charlie Coyle arguably was one of the top third line centers in the league, and now he's playing second line wing.
But you guys went out and got a center that you thought was going to be a first line center. That absolutely is not.
Which leads back to my earlier statement that the fucking executive suite needs to fucking go.
Yeah.
And listen, I if they can pull some deal for a true top line center, and then Lindholm slots in, they overpaid. Who fucking cares? It's not my money. Right. I don't care when they go, team's overpaid. You're not fucking chipping on it. So as a fan, that's the dumbest fucking statement. Who cares? As long as they can manage the money. Lindholm at second line center, Charlie Coyle back to the third line center. You figure out your fourth line center. It could be Frederick, could be Beecher. They have options at in the bottom 6. It's the top 6 that's the issue.
Give you advantage, Ed.
No thanks. I just said we have options at the bottom 6, and that's where he would be. He's not a top line center either.
No.
Maybe up. Maybe I see him as a LA Kings second line center, Zibanejad. Under the radar, no one's watching him. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
I'm good with that. As long as he gets the fuck away from my hockey team, I'm good.
And then the only bright spot, Pastrnak is sitting on a 13-game point streak. He's got 11 goals, 15 assists, 26 points, matches his career best. So he's doing his job, you know.
Yeah, he had his guy.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, so fucking frustrating. And everyone's Hampus Lindholm's hurt. Hampus Lindholm's not making the difference right now. So
All right.
Training camp and the executive suite. Those are the biggest issues in the Bruins, in my opinion. And then quickly, I just want to give some shine to Northeastern. Lisa Janssen, the goalie. It's not on here. I just wrote it down.
Yep.
She was named Rookie of the Month, and she's up for Goaltender of the Year. Another goalie for the Northeastern Huskies, Goaltender of the Year. 1.25 goals against and 950 save percentage. That means you could argue that means she's saving 95% of the shots coming at her,
which is crazy.
Yeah, tops in the nation. So stick taps for her.
All righty.
There you go,
we're going to talk about some beer league hockey. A beer league hockey time. Well, guys, before I get into that, I just have to tell you about something. You know what unites a team? Two things unite a team: how you play and how you look. That's where Beauty Unis comes in. An American-owned, player-operated company, Beauty Unis designs hockey jerseys and uniforms that blend award-winning style with performance-driven durability. Keep the change. Made with advanced tech-wick fabrics, these jerseys are lightweight, breathable, and built for comfort, maximizing your freedom of movement, whether you're skating hard or making big plays. Founded by hockey athletes for hockey athletes, Beauty Unis creates custom jerseys, bags, and apparel with one goal: to make sure your team not only performs, but looks the part. From custom logos to complete uniforms, Beauty Unis takes pride in every stitch. Ready to gear up? Check out beautyunis.com and get the high-quality creative designs you deserve. Don't just play, look the part.
Don't look away. Look the part.
It was good, right? That was not bad.
Yeah, that was really good.
All right,
I like this one.
Yeah, these are the Milwaukee Mammoths. A Quebec Nordiques type jersey with the white and baby blue. I put this in here because we mentioned that they do hats too, and I kind of want one of those.
Well, I couldn't figure out what the hat was. I was looking at it, and then I realized it was a hat because it's laying. I was like, "Is that a pom pom on the shoulder of the jersey?" But yeah, it's nice. Red, white, and blue with the baby blue, the red outline, and the Milwaukee Mammoths where his trunk is a hockey stick. I like that. Yeah.
Those are clean.
Do you know what that symbol is?
What do you mean, the symbol?
That symbol, the Nordique symbol. Isn't it called the fleur de lis? Isn't that what that is?
Oh, I would have no idea what that would be. No.
Like the fleur de lis. I wonder if those go all the way around the hem too, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, they're sick. For beer league, I just have to ask you. So, like, we had the best.
I saw this. This doesn't make sense to me. Your question.
We had the best team on the schedule. And nobody wanted to come play. And I was like,
I've never encountered that.
Well, then nobody wanted to get their shit caved in, which I get.
So what?
I think a couple things that were changing is we normally wait. Well, actually, I have nothing to do with it. But the person who runs the team normally waits until the day of to see if people are playing or not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that anymore. I made an executive decision. I'm sending the text out the day before.
That's how you guys communicate via one group text.
Yeah, like a text message. So I'm sending the text out the day before the game, so that way we know if we don't have people or if we do have, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And then my other question is, what to do about the attendance if we're playing, dude. That was so. So
what happened?
We got our fucking shit caved in because we had 8 people.
Out of how many no-shows?
There's like 17 people in this fucking chat, dude. It's insane.
So you had 9 guys not show up because you were playing the top team?
It's fucking insane. I've never seen
how many of those 9 are you friends with?
I'm really only friends with probably like 4 or 5 of these guys on this team.
All right, let me ask a different way. The 4 or 5 guys you're friends with, did those 4 or 5 guys show up?
Yeah.
I think you need to have a fucking come to Jesus in the locker room next game.
Well, no, it's already kind of over. We have like 3 or 4 more games left.
Is there playoffs in this league?
Yeah, but I don't know if everybody makes it. I'll keep you updated on it, but hockey season's ending, which means softball season's beginning.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm happy about that. But that's kind of what we have on beer league.
I've never experienced that kind of dynamic. It's more like it's almost like with us, with the team I'm currently playing for. It's more like I'm like, oh my God, 3 lines again? Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? It's more like that.
Oh, so the fucking we played that team, nobody came, and then the next week we played a team that wasn't that good, and then we had a shit ton of people.
Of course.
Like almost 4 lines.
Oh, I would have lost my shit in the locker room.
A little bit. So
you need to leave this team, buddy.
Yeah, I'm figuring it out.
You need what you need to do is you need to leave this team with your buddies, get another team, play against them, and just fucking be all over them.
No, I don't even think I'm gonna remain in the league that I'm playing in. Like, there's been a couple things like sometimes you only get one locker room, so you're in the same locker room as the other team. Like, I think that's just so fucking bush league. Yeah, dude. And just the reffing is fucking awful, and just the disparity of the league.
I've never heard of that either.
Way better. It's gone.
I mean, it's one thing for pickup to all be in the same locker room.
Insane.
Yeah, not
and
a
like last game. There's
wait. Does the rink only have one locker room? Is that why?
It's Union College.
Yeah, I have never heard that. You pay, right?
Yeah, I just made my final payment, so I just 3 more games. All right, that's all I have. Do you have anything?
We had a game. I think we clinched first place, which was like the dumbest thing that they told everybody. Because now in this last game, we were playing a team that wasn't very good, and everybody's trying to dangle around 4 guys and go. And I'm like, what are we doing? We're playing ridiculous because everybody's like, oh, we clinched first place. We clinched first place. And talk about playing down. We ended up winning, but good Lord. And there's only a few guys on the team, I think, that listen to the podcast, and this guy isn't one of them. There was a guy who scored who drives me fucking insane by the way he plays. They gave me the goal. Someone texted me like, hey, Brownie, you got that goal from this other guy. I was like, sweet. Thanks, buddy.
Take it, right?
Yeah, take it. He'll be pissed. He'll be pissed for like a month over it if he finds out. The only other thing it's not beer league, but the only other thing I wanted to mention we can talk about afterwards was that Pittsburgh thing.
All right, yeah. I mean, we're just on to the last, just kind of wrap up. Random thought.
All right. So I wanted to give a shout out to the goalie for the Penguins, Alex Nedeljkovic became the first goalie to score in the ECHL. He did it back in 2016. He did it in the AHL twice in 2018 and 2023, and then mid-January, he scored in that game. So he's the only goalie to do it at all 3 levels. And he also became the first ever goalie to register a goal and assist in the same game when he scored that goal. Okay. So have a night.
Yeah,
that was just like a cool little footnote. That'll be a nice little trivia. I should have saved that as a trivia. You would have never got that.
We'll figure it out. I think the trivia thing's good. And then my only other thing is my buddy Jay's going to be doing some lunchtime parlays. I told him to come up with like 1 or 2 a week that he can do. And then my buddy Stefan, we might be doing like another weekly 10 to 15 minute podcast where he will go over fantasy hockey and what to look for, bringing people in. Stefan. I mean, there's a lot of people that.
There's a lot of people that, not my thing.
So like who's hot, who's not. We'll probably come up with like 3 or 4. And we play Chell every night anyway, so like we talk about it a lot. So we might be doing that like weekly. So just heads up on that.
Oh, if we're talking about things coming down the pike, for those that have listened to us for a while, they know I'm pretty involved with the women's game in terms of, the college and the pros. Myself and a few beauties are going to be starting a women's hockey podcast with some big fat fucking Rolodexes these two have. They've both been on the podcast before, and I'm just going to tell you this one thing. I think I might have told you this, Ked, offline. It's Linda Lundgren, former coach, former player, Beanpot Hall of Famer, and Kelly Dyer Hayes, also Beanpot Hall of Famer. When I first talked to Kelly at one point, I asked the questions. I was like, who's the most famous person in your phone? And she's like, I don't know if it would be Mark or Wayne. And I was like, wait, what? She goes, actually, I'm probably, their wives are probably more famous. And I'm like, oh my God. She was Messier's representative when she worked for Louisville.
That's cool.
She's on first name basis with him and his wife, I was like, yeah, I think we could do that. And then Linda, she was like, hey, maybe we should try to get Kendall. I'm like, Schofield? And she goes, Kendall Coyne Schofield? She goes, yeah. I'm like, you can get her? She goes, I recruited her. So the depth of these women's Rolodexes should be fun talking women's hockey with them. So
hell yeah, man.
Oh, anything about the Super Bowl? Did you watch?
No.
You didn't even watch?
No.
Huh.
No.
What'd you do instead?
Played NHL.
You are a true believer.
Yeah.
I was very happy to see the Eagles win.
I was indifferent on it.
That's fine. I mean, it's not like geographically anything for you or I, but no, it's pretty cool.
Fired up for the Four Nations thing, man. I'm hoping they hate each other. I'm hoping these games are fucking physical battles. It'd be cool.
Listen, as much as I'm gonna rip on it, if it's like that, sure, that'd be great. I just don't think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a glorified all-star.
I don't think so. I really don't. Dude, Sidney Crosby's playing in it. Like, there's no.
Sidney Crosby goes hard in the All-Star game too.
Yeah, but Canada has too many pricks, and the United States have too many pricks to have this be a beauty show. Like, I don't think it's going to be that way.
We'll see.
I don't think the Kachucks are going to be in the corner. Like,
see, it's funny you said that about the Kachucks. I said that the USA. I think I said something along the lines like USA has some sandpaper, but unfortunately for every Kachuk brother, there's a Hughes brother.
Yeah, no, that's a fucking good line. Honestly, I don't know, man. I'm pumped.
Well, once the podcast is out and I can clip it into the blog, my blog will be out, which will enrage half of you. And then the other half of you will be like, fuck yeah, Brownie's right, which is pretty much how it rolls.
I'm excited. Right. Go USA. We will talk to you guys soon. Brownie.
Am I still allowed? Is it still part of it?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Oh, I wonder on the Breaking the Glass, should I shout out to Jade?
Yes.
That'd be kind of weird, dude. She's a young woman. Anyways, if you're listening, well, she's in her 20s, and that's creepy.
I think it's fine. I think as long as you don't say the shit that you say about her dad, I think you're probably okay. Look, if you're like, hey, I had a really good day, instead of being like, you know what I mean? Like, that would be a little.
All right, fair enough. I'll run it by Linda and Kelly. Anyways, if you're listening somewhere out there, Jerome, we would love to have you come on the podcast. We could easily carve out some time to talk with you about whatever you want to talk about. And hey, Jade, if you're listening, get ready for shout outs on Breaking the Glass.
There you go. That was good. That wasn't bad.
Right.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We will talk to you soon.